Hey everyone, it's Friday again. Getting ready to go live on the air.
Yeah, we're going with that.
Okay. Here we go.
This is Denise Nostrom, CEO and founder of Diversified Financial Solutions. Now more than ever, investment advice is needed. Not just where best to invest your money, but why. Are you investing for your future retirement? Are you retired and looking
Hi,
to
Donna.
maximize your income? Are you maximizing your income and concerned with leaving money for your loved ones? Are you investing for your retirement at the same time saving for your children's education and at the same time saving to buy another home? Are the markets in line with your goals? Are your goals ever changing? Please contact me at 631-758-8691. 631-758-8691 or visit us at diversifiedfinancial.biz. For over 25 years, I have been helping individuals, families, and business owners navigate through all market conditions with only one goal in mind, my clients. Visit me at diversifiedfinancial.biz or call Denise Nostrom, founder of Diversified Financial Solutions at 631-758-8691. That's 631-758-8691 for a conversation about my most important client, you.
Hello, thank you for tuning in today. Here we are again at Friday, and you are listening to the Financial Chick Show, and I am the Financial Chick. My name is Denise Nostrom, the CEO and owner of Diversified Financial Solutions, which is a full-service, independent financial planning firm located in Medford. I'm here live every Friday from 5:30 to 6 p.m. on 103.9 LI News Radio. Your Financial Chick is here to help you make better financial decisions and choices to improve your life and reduce your anxiety and stress about money. If you have any questions on anything we discuss on the show, you can check out my website at financialchickshow.com. We are also on Facebook at Diversified Financial Solutions as well as Instagram. So like our pages to get updates and see what is happening. So like I said, here we are Friday again. Today is a little bit interesting. My daughter actually has her first gymnastics competition and I'm missing it, but my listeners, you are important to me. So I'm here, but I'm definitely with her in spirit and maybe be able to catch the end of it after I get off the air. But there's other competitions, so we got to have our priorities and balance it out with everything we need to do. But today, I'm going to talk about a subject that many of you may not find super exciting, but it's super important. And I'm going to try to make it fun. I mean, I think if any of you that knows me, I just try to give you the straight facts, keep it lively, and keep it exciting. So if you're not aware, September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. So you're like, oh God, let me just shut off the radio. Don't do that because we're going to talk about life insurance. But listen, it's an important thing, and it's one of those adulting things. We have a lot of those adulting things that we have to do that we don't particularly love or enjoy doing, but they're necessary evils and the things that we need to do. So they've said that research shows that 4 in 10 American households are putting their financial future at risk by not having life insurance. So I'm hoping that by some of the information I share with you all today, that it will help you make better decisions and decisions that are going to be more tailored for you and for your needs. So, I understand that life can be busy, believe me. I mean, we're all run around like crazy. Last year was quite a dichotomy of this year. I mean, last year was things weren't open and we had a lot of quietness, but it went from like 0 to, I'm not even going to go to 60, I'm going to go to 0 to 100 miles per hour with life and busyness and craziness. So between balancing work and family and other obligations, there's often little time left in our hectic schedules to fit in even one more additional task. And that's one of the things I say with working with, the Financial Chick and my firm, Diversified Financial Solutions. We take a lot of that work off your plate because we know you're busy and leave it to the professionals, basically. So, but, as you go through your daily activities, just stop and think for a minute about everything that you do, why you do it, and then the people that you're doing it for, right? So, for example, we go to work every day, we earn a paycheck to ensure that the mortgage or your rent is paid, giving your family a place to call home. You budget and you save so your children could go to college and you can have a comfortable retirement, so you're putting money away for all these different things. But with so much riding on your income, how do you preserve the financial future of the people who depend on you the most? The people whose future that you want to protect, right? So the fact is, unfortunately, and we kind of learned this through the pandemic too, that the unexpected happens. Life can change in an instant. And according to Life Insurance and Market Research Association, as I mentioned before, 4 in 10 Americans are putting their financial futures at risk by not having life insurance. 1 in 3 report that they don't have enough coverage. So some people have coverage, but not ample amount of coverage. And we're going to talk about like what we need and what we shouldn't have and whatever. But just think of this for a moment. What about the 1 in 4 uninsured people who have insurance on their cell phone, but they don't have insurance on their lives? It's pretty big statement, right? So it's again, priorities, things that we think about and things that we don't want to think about. So as this is Life Insurance Awareness Month, I hope that you'll make the time to get the life insurance protection that you need. So you want to begin by asking yourself a couple of questions. In your life, like what would happen financially if certain things happened? So here's some things to consider. If someone were to pass, whether yourself, your significant other, your spouse, whatever the case, the breadwinner in the family, immediately what would happen, or immediately could you afford to pay for out-of-pocket funeral expenses, or would you have, or the people that are left behind have to take out a loan or find the cash from another source? Now again, you got to think about this in your own head, in your own situation. You may have adequate money put aside that you may be self-insured. But if you don't have those resources or maybe living paycheck to paycheck, this is something that, again, I can help you do. I had clients in this week that they said just those words, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. So now my goal is to jump in there and to make sure I find resources for things that are important. They're going to make sense for the current, but also for the future. So another question, what would you do to afford to make the mortgage or rent payments, or would the people that you left behind be forced to downsize? Now that might not be something that you'd want to put your family that you love in that type of situation. So utilizing insurance could help that. Another thing is maintain their current lifestyle, or in addition to losing you, would they face additional life changes? So you have to think about that as well. Maybe there's certain things, their hobbies that they have that are very passionate about. And without the resources to do that, they may have to give up their dreams or a business that they're starting or whatever the case may be. Another issue to consider, paying off family debt, or would they suffer significant financial stresses or even bankruptcy? And finally, afford to save for future needs, or would they be forced to forego things such as sending their children to college, or that your spouse realizing a good retirement? So it's really important to kind of look at all these different facets. So yes, life comes at you with the unexpected twists and turns all the time. But when it does, you have the power to preserve your family's financial future with the life insurance policy. So as part of September's Life Insurance Awareness Month, I want to remind everyone of the need to include life insurance as part of their financial plan. Now, again, this is never the sexy part, never the exciting part of the plan. I mean, people like the investments and, the Bitcoin investments and the stocks and, all of those types of things. But, when we look at building a house, we have to look at the base, the foundation. And part of the foundation is, or one of the facets of the foundation is insurance, disability, having a cash reserve. Why are these important facets? Because again, you could have all the other stuff on top, the home and the stocks and the bonds and the retirement plans. But if you have a situation where a person is a main breadwinner, or just any spouse or a significant other passes, that base or that foundation is not as strong. So it's important to firm up that foundation with getting coverage in case that things happen. So the question next is, well, do I need life insurance? So according to Marv Feldman, who's the president and CEO of the Life Foundation, some people probably don't know they need life insurance or feel that they can get by without it. So does that surprise you? I'm sure a lot of you thinking the same thing, like, I don't need insurance, I'm good, But the reality is that without life insurance, many people face an uncertain future. So stop and think for a moment about your life today. So for example, let's say you're a 2-income family earning enough comfortably to handle the mortgage, car payments, perhaps, or other monthly expenses. You're fortunate that with 2 incomes, you can set aside funds for the future that include saving for retirement, college, or even little extras for emergencies. The rewards of working hard and saving have allowed you to raise a family in a safe environment that's surrounded by good friends and neighbors, as well as quality schools that may have been the very reason why you chose to live where you do. So now think how different life would be if suddenly and without warning, one of you were to die and that second income went away. Would your surviving spouse or partner be able to meet everyday expenses, or would they, quickly fall into debt? If they could no longer afford to live in the family home, could they keep up with the mortgage payments until the house is sold, or would they risk foreclosure? Would your emergency fund, your cash reserve, if you have one, be enough to pay for any of those immediate expenses like final medical bills, funeral, or would they have to borrow from retirement or college savings accounts? So you kind of see where I'm going here, is that you have all these great plans, and we put together these awesome plans together, as a financial advisor and client, but if something were to happen that we don't protect ourselves, well, all of those plans kind of go away. So we're closing in on the commercial. So you're listening to The Financial Chick, and this is Denise Nostrom with Diversified Financial Solutions. We're talking today about life insurance. I know, not the most exciting topic, but it is an important thing, and it's Life Insurance Awareness Month. So I'm giving you the facts that you need. Again, your decision's always yours, but the bottom line, it's important to know the details, and the misconceptions or uncertainties are always there. So let's try to clarify them. So come back after the break. First commercial break. So we're talking life insurance today. And I know it's a topic that most people aren't super excited about, but there's a lot of importance with having it as part of your financial plan. And without it, if stuff happens, I'm going to talk about a few things in a minute, that we insure a lot of other things, but we don't insure our lives, unfortunately. And we know that it's been a crazy year and a half, so we never know what's going to happen. So we'll be back soon.
We have about 50 seconds left.
Okay. Super quiet here at the airport today. There's like nobody around. And it's a cloudy afternoon here on Friday, but I think we're going to have a good weekend, so I'm excited about that. Hope you're all doing well out there. Waiting for my cue. Welcome back. This is Denise Nostrom, the Financial Chick. My company is in Medford, and you can reach me at 631-758-8691 or visit my website at financialchickshow.com. I'm here to help you on your financial journey. Over the years, things change, and I am here to help you navigate through all of those changes through your financial journey. So today we are celebrating, I don't know if we're celebrating, but we're honoring Life Insurance Awareness Month. And we're talking a little bit about life insurance. And like I said, it's probably not the most exciting topic that you can't wait to jump in on. But, I want to give you the facts and the details. And, really with education and knowing, what do they say? Cy Sims, you say an educated consumer is our best customer. So we want you to be our best client. So we were talking a little bit about, like, do I need life insurance? And, most people say, I don't really need it. Or, I could probably get away without it. Like, what's the big deal? So unfortunately, though, we know life changes and things happen. So what we're talking about is, obviously not a happy topic, but losing someone you love isn't something that you want to think about, and none of us want to do that, but the reality is, where they say death and taxes, right? But what's also is experiencing a house fire or becoming involved in a car accident and landing in the hospital is not something that we want to think about either, but it's the reason that you insure your house and your vehicle and you carry health insurance to protect against the unexpected. So we do those obvious things. And in some cases, with homeowners insurance, we have to have it. With car insurance, we have to have it. Health insurance, you should have it. But we know some people have. That's another show for another day. But I could talk a lot about the health insurance situation. But with life insurance, you're protecting something even greater, which is your family's future. So it's more than the car, the home. Well, your health obviously is important, but so even though life insurance, it's like I said, an optional coverage, you need to think about what's really at stake without it. In addition to grieving a loss, will your family face significant financial stress that may require them to downsize, move out of their home, or relocate away from friends and school? Will the dreams of affording a college education for your children be in jeopardy? So these are all things. So it is bigger than just that I hate insurance, I love insurance, and I kind of hear that a lot of times. It's either a hate or love situation. So I want you to enjoy the many benefits you worked hard for. And by securing a life insurance policy, you can take that all-important step in protecting the people who make it all worth the effort. Today life insurance is designed so that nearly everyone can find an affordable policy to meet their needs. It's just about getting started and finding out all of the different options that you do have. So in my office at Diversified Financial Solutions, we can help you assess how much life insurance you'll need and then discuss finding a policy that would fit your budget. So give us a call. We'll definitely help you. So again, just like we don't like getting the will and the power of attorney and, it's not a good thing. It's kind of get it done, rip the Band-Aid off and just get that peace of mind that you need. So as we know, life is unpredictable. And without life insurance, the people who depend on you the most could face an uncertain future. So we don't want to put people in that situation. We love our families and we want to make sure that they're safe. So one of the things is that, or another misconception is, well, what types of insurance policies are there? Well, there's a few different types. The first of which is term. Term life is, it's an affordable way to protect. And I tell people, if you do have some budgetary constraints, if you want to have something, I think a term is a great way to go. You can, many insurers, they cover you for 25 or 20, 25, 30 years. You can go as low as 10 or 15. And it's easy to pull together. I mean, you do have to have a medical to get accepted for the insurance, as with all life insurance, for the most part. And but with term insurance, it's like renting an apartment. So you're paying your premium or paying your rent, but if you leave or you decide not to have the insurance anymore, you really don't have no value in that. So it's typically the cheapest, but if you were to die prematurely, the death benefits paid to your beneficiaries, who can use the money any way they like, and it's tax-free, include paying off a mortgage. And that's usually one of the biggest things that people have. I met with new clients this week, and they have a beautiful home, and they have a mortgage in excess of $400,000, and right now they don't have insurance, and they're doing well financially. But if one of the partners were to die prematurely, the other one would have a tough time, holding or keeping that house and paying the mortgage and all the other expenses that are attached to that. So it is really important. Then there's permanent life insurance, and then there's a whole bunch of different options there. We have whole life, there's universal life, there's index universal life, and then there's variable universal life. So really the main line here is that it's like term insurance, that you can buy the policy and it has a death benefit, and your beneficiaries get it when you die. But what happens is that the permanent insurance won't expire after a certain term. So as long as you pay your premium, your insurance will be there. And it's very interesting because in the state of New York, term insurance terms out at age 80. So even if you did, if you were 50 and you got a 30-year policy, well, that would bring you to 80. Let's say you're 55 and you got a 30-year policy, it would bring you to 85, but that policy would term out at age 80. That's just one of the rules in New York. So having that permanent insurance gives you the potential also for building cash value over time, which is an added bonus. And you have access to that money through loans. And it really, you can look at it as another I don't want to call it an investment. Well, it could be an investment depending on what type of insurance that you get. If you variable universal life, you can invest that cash value in mutual funds, which is kind of cool. But it's an additional cash source. There's people that actually use it. They overfund insurances to build a pension for themselves. So there's a lot of different things. You know, we think of insurance and we say, oh gosh, you know, we have to die. There's a lot of living benefits to life insurance, but most people don't take advantage of those things. And if we have, I was just on a webinar this week, increases in taxes, which is kind of what it sounds like is going to happen in the near future. Life insurance is one of your most tax preference items. It really is amazing. Right next to the Roth IRA, life insurance, putting money in life insurance, don't think of it as a premium, think of it as an investment in your future. And if you kind of switch your thought process or the way that you speak, as with anything, it really makes things a lot different. So don't think it's an arduous thing to buy, but something that's going to be beneficial for your future. So those are the few things. Now, what are the importance of keeping life insurance in step with your life? Well, we have a lot of things that happen in our life. Let's talk about some of them and why we would need insurance. So the first thing is getting married. Getting married, you know, different financial obligations become a situation. You have another person now to worry about. I say worry, that's a bad word, but someone that you have to care about. And that if, you know, something were to happen, you want to be able to provide for that person. Maybe in the partnership or the spousal situation, maybe only one person's working. So that would be a big need that if the breadwinner were to pass, that the other person would need some type of income. So getting married is a big one. Having kids, that's a pretty big one too. Now, not only we have a partner or a spouse, but now if you have children, if something were to happen, not only does that other person have to live, but now they have to care for those children too. So do you have daycare? Do you have someone to care? Does that spouse now have to go to work? So having a lump sum of money through life insurance can make the transition to this new sad lifestyle a better, you know, you need to grieve, but you also need to like live, right? So it's an important thing. Becoming a business owner, you know, we in our office do buy-sell agreements that if people are in business and they have a partner and they need to provide for that partner, if one would pass, that's another reason. Being a single parent, you know, a lot of times we don't think that that's an important thing, but you know, single parents with children, you're the breadwinner. You still want to be able to provide for any children that you have or pay bills. Becoming a homeowner, paying off that mortgage like I mentioned before. And then entering your golden years. You know, most people don't think, oh, I don't need insurance anymore, but think about final expenses, outstanding medical bills. You don't want to leave a burden to your children or any other beneficiaries that you're going to, or that are going to have to settle your estate. So understanding when you may need life insurance or what you may need to, or how you would need to increase the current coverage that you have will allow you to better navigate and prepare for any type of situation that's going to happen. So I don't want to keep it all serious, so I'm going to transition real quickly here because I'm running out of time. But today is, if you don't know, every day is something, is Talk Like a Pirate Day. So we're going to leave off on some corny pirate jokes. You ready? Okay, here we go. So why did the pirate buy an eye patch? Because he couldn't afford an iPad. Oh, good Lord. Why couldn't the pirates play cards? Because the captain was standing on the deck. All right, we're running out of time. I'm going to tell you this is the one my husband always says. It's really, really corny. But what is a pirate's favorite form of transportation? You ready? An RV. Well, listen, you're listening to The Financial Chick. Come back and see me next Friday and have a wonderful weekend. I hope you stayed to the end because that was really corny, right? But it really is Talk Like a Pirate Day today. Well, have a wonderful weekend, everybody. I am so excited, and I am out of here. And thank you all for tuning in. Donna, Kathy, be well.